Hi everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome to Downward Dog Rising. And today I'm going to give you a Pilates tutorial on how to do semicircle on the reformer. And a lot of times when I see students in a class, they're not able to do semicircle because they're not properly stabilizing their shoulder girdle. And they're not able to keep their shoulders from hiking up into their ears so that when they lie down on the mat, their arms don't stay straight as they push their palms against the shoulder rest. So I'm going to go over a couple ways that you could work on this so that you can get your semicircle. So first thing, I want you to do a little warm up. We'll just do maybe couple little footwork things and then a neutral bridge, and then we'll do articulating bridge, and then we'll do something for our shoulder girdle. So maybe put on 2 reds and a green spring, or maybe put on 3 reds. You could have 3 heavy springs on, see what you think. And I'm going to have you lie down on your reformer. Headrest could be down, medium, high, whatever works for you. So your head, neck, shoulders have support. Here's a nice way to get down. You just roll onto your side and then you roll onto your back. There's a little space between your heels and you just press the carriage out on your inhale, and then you pull those ribs and integrate them together on your exhale. Inhale to go out and then exhale to come back. 7, 6, 5, 4, scoop abdominals in, 3 and 2, last one. All right, now we're going to get into the toes, balls of feet, the metatarsals, bones under the toes are on your bar. Inhale, exhale, feel how your abdominals really pull deeply into your low back. Ribs expand, ribs knit. Inhale, exhale, control. And 5, and 4, 3, and 2, last one. I have an incorrect gear bar on my machine right now, so I'm hitting prematurely. There's a reason for it. I know you're pressing out and then you're coming in. Scoop in tight, feel those inner thighs wrap out, they spiral to your outer hips. Turn those glutes on, your butt muscles. Exhale away, plie. Feel ribs integrate. 2 more. And last one. Come back into your parallel. Feet are together, one heel up as the other heel goes down. Really feel the abdominal wall pulling tight to your spine. Inhale, exhale. Feel the elongation of your spine, head away from tailbone. Also, you don't want to wear necklaces when you do reformer because it could attach and keep you connected to your headrest. It could pull your neck. So you want to be careful not to wear a necklace. That'll get caught. 4, 3, like I'm doing, 2, last one, and come all the way back home. Okay, so I'm gonna have you turn to your side, slowly push up. Now, the next thing I want you to do, we're gonna have our palms pushed down. Our palms pushed down against the frame. So you're gonna push like that. Careful the shoulder doesn't hike up. You need to keep the shoulder down away from the ear. Otherwise, you're not stabilized in your shoulder girdle. So you're gonna push down into your palms, and you wanna push the frame away from you, and I want you to just hover your pelvis off your mat and come in. You wanna make sure that you can do this without going like that, letting your arm bone go up out of the socket. You don't wanna do it that way. You want to be able to stay integrated, chest is wide open. We'll be pushing our arms overhead. It's different, but I just want you to get the feeling. Armpits through your palms. Lift your heart. One more time. Push into your palms. Unweight the top of the shoulder. Spread the load across your upper mid back, your shoulder blades, your shoulder girdle, and then come back in. Awesome. Okay, next I'm going to give you a bridge. So you're going to come back down like this. Turn onto your back. Your feet are going to go hip width apart on your bar. And then, actually, let's do it with your feet together so the side glute really turns on a lot. So feel like your inner thighs pull together, your abdominals scoop in deeply, your chest opens wide, and I want you to do a bridge where you squeeze your inner thighs together, your abdominals are connected straight into your spine, and then you set the hips down like that. So you're going to go up and then down. Exhale, keep width across shoulders, chest, come straight back down. And 5, straight back down, really scoop in. 4, make sure you're not putting weight in your neck, and you always bring your headrest to the flat position before you do any lifting. So if I forgot to say that, if your headrest is up, definitely bring it flat all the way down so you don't put weight in the cervical vertebra. 3, and then 2, exhale, squeeze those glutes, scoop in, chest is open. Last one, come straight back to mat. Okay, next, I want you to spread your feet a little wider. I wanted to make sure you could get your glutes on. You're going to spread your feet hip width apart. Now I want you to, your hip bones face the sky. Posteriorly tilt your pelvis, release into neutral. Posteriorly tilt your pelvis, release into neutral. And one more word of caution, if you have rods in your spine for scoliosis, or if you had an accident and you had to have spinal fusion, make sure you don't articulate your spine up and down off the mat. You don't want to interfere with your surgery. So never do articulating bridges with spinal fusion or rods, hardware in your back. So now you're going to peel, do that posterior tilt. Feel the elongation of your low back. So that's taking you into lumbar spinal flexion. And then you have to lift the back of the pelvis, the tailbone, the back of the hips, and then you roll little by little. Remember, you're not putting weight in your neck at all. Your headrest is flat. Now you're going to take a deep inhale, and then you release your breastbone. So your thoracic spine connects to the mat. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, chest is wide open. And then you make your way to the tailbone, come back into your neutral, and then if you want a little stretch, go slight anterior tilt, not too far, and then you're going to peel your hip bones back posteriorly, tilt your hips, your pelvis. Now roll up, scoop in, control your glutes, your hamstrings are working. Roll up. Collarbones nice and wide, no weight in neck. You stand on your shoulder blades. You inhale. You lengthen. You don't want to go too high and make your back arch. Keep the length in your low back. And then you use the breath to move your spine, essentially. All right, get all the way to the tailbone, hug knees in. Maybe peel up if you don't have osteoporosis. Rock side to side. Use your core, support your spine. All right, next I'm gonna have you roll to your side one more time. You're gonna push all the way up. I'm not going to have you do chest expansion kneeling. I'm not going to have you worry about balance or falling forward or anything. So you're either going to sit with your legs, go down to one red spring, And you're either gonna crisscross your ankles, sit like this, or you could sit like this with your knees bent, as long as this doesn't hurt your knee joints to be sitting on the knees. Now what I want you to do, you're gonna place your palms straight down into your handles. My handles look different. I have the old version with the leather straps and fuzzies. You're gonna lift your chest up. The collarbones are wide in the front. Your shoulder blades just float down the sides of your back. Now as you lift your heart, make sure you're not pulling with only your arms, or your elbows bend, or your shoulders hike. So it should feel like open spaciousness across the front of your shoulders and chest. And it should feel like you have a little space still between the two shoulder blades, middle back. You don't want to feel like they're pinching all the way together, because you won't be able to stabilize properly if your shoulder blades squeeze and pinch all the way together. We don't want that. There needs to be some space between them. 4. So your test is, can you keep your arms straight, your collarbones wide, your chest open, and you're integrated into your shoulder girdle in your back. 4. And then 3, control each direction. 2 more. Collarbones wide, chest is open. Lift your heart. Last one, control back in. So then we hang up the straps, and then it depends on what colors your springs are. I love it when the machine has 2 reds on the outside hooks, because that makes it really nice. This machine has 2 reds on the outside hooks. My crossbar is too small for this machine, so I have to find the one. This machine's peak. I have 2 peak reformers and 2 balanced body reformers, so I mix something up. This could even go to my Cadillac table, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have one on that table over there. That one's peak too. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 red springs, and what I like to do, I'm not gonna leave my foot bar up high because of the bend of my knee. It feels better on my meniscus and my knee joint to go down to 1. I'm gonna go down to the low bar, and then you put on 2 red outside springs, 2 red springs, and then if they're not on the outside, then if you have a green and a red, or try 2 reds, just be careful of how low you go into the well of the machine, because you might hit the springs if you get down there too low when the springs aren't on the sides, because we kind of fit our pelvis in between the 2 springs. Okay, so you're gonna lie down, and you just roll over onto your back. And then I just do that in case anyone has pain in their back and they don't want to pull their low back. Now what I want you to do, this is what I'm talking about when you don't want to have your elbows bent or your shoulders, the arm bone, the head of the humerus, we don't want it to elevate up out of the socket. So what you have to do, you're going to press the palm of the hands, and you're going to slide your body like this. You slide all the way down. Notice how I can press my palms against my shoulder rest like that. And then I anchor my shoulder blades straight down the sides of my back. I'm making sure I don't let my shoulders creep up. And then usually we'll do a Pilates V with balls of feet on the foot bar, heels together, toes apart. And I don't like to exacerbate a knee injury. And so I'm gonna buy myself some more space for my knees. I'm gonna go into a V stance with my heels on the bar rather than the balls of my feet. And then I'm gonna start to really connect from pubic bone to navel. Pelvic floor starts to elongate, zip up. And then what you do, your shoulder blades are down the back, your hip bones are straight to the ceiling. What you do, you're gonna start to peel down. So it's like you're controlling as you lower your hips into the carriage well, and then you're gonna push outward. Now once you're out, remember that bridge up, you're up in the air. You're gonna stretch your spine long, your arms are straight. Inhale, here's your articulating bridge. So you're rolling down into your spring area. And then you're gonna stretch out And then peeling up, stretch hips over bar, over knees. Roll down, control the descent, try to hit all the vertebrae. Inhale, lift up, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Squeeze the air out of the lungs. Control. And now we'll do one more in this direction. Elevate, chest is open, blades, shoulder blades float down back. Heel down. I'm gonna work on trying to get the balls of my feet into a V. Now we're gonna go, not right now, but that'll be my goal, as long as I don't re-injure my knee. So now you're out. What you do, you come in, you're gliding low, heel up, chest is open, collarbones wide, and then you just let the air back out of the lungs. Just feel how there's space opening in each vertebra. And then you glide out. Your arms are straight. You're plugging into the shoulder blades in your back. Two more. One more. Glide and float. All right. And then when you come home, parallel your legs. If you were on the balls, you'd probably want to bring up your heels, because if not, you might slip off the bar. Press your hips to sky, no way to neck, and get a deeper stretch through the front of those hip flexors and the quads. So the hips, the quads, breathe in, breathe out, chest is open. Inhale, exhale, press hips to sky one more time, and then slowly just slide back. And then you're just gonna take your knees to your chest for a moment. Maybe if it's okay, rock side to side. Now when I do that exercise, it's advanced. You're not gonna do it with herniated disc or spinal pathologies. I'm not gonna have you do it with osteoporosis. And then you're just gonna slowly tighten core and peel back up. Always make sure you don't roll into your spring. And then there you have it. Like if you get up too fast, you might forget, like, boop, and fall in there. So just watch out. Warn your clients of that too. Peace, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my semicircle tutorial. You just put all the components together and voila, you have it in finished form, and it becomes smooth and flowing, like our Pilates exercises are smooth and flowing in finished form. Just takes time to work at it and to hone in on the skills, and it's repetition over and over and over again. And you can never do too much Pilates. Like over the years, you'll change and it goes into different layers. So when you think you get to be more advanced, then you realize how much more there is to learn, and you go deeper into your body. And some of the exercises I know I'll never do for my ever, like scorpion. My spine isn't going to stretch that way. Like you lie down face on your abdominals and then your legs kick back over your head. Like that's probably a ballet dancer could do it, or Cirque du Soleil. But there's certain exercises that are so advanced like that that you rarely have to teach it to anyone. All right, peace everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Later. Bye. Thanks for watching.